The news network for the people, combating the mainstream media.
An article published on Tuesday in the Washington Post was criticized, and its headline later changed after it called for elites to have a bigger say in choosing the president. As a part of a series on how to improve the presidential nominating process, a Marquette University associate professor, Julia Azari, said the flawed 2020 Democratic nominating process has had a rocky start, pointing to Senator Bernie Sanders having won the popular vote, while the former Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg led the delegate count in the Iowa caucuses. The headline, which originally read, "It's time to give the elites a bigger say in choosing the president," was changed to, "It's time to switch to preference primaries," without any editor's notes after the op-ed was blasted on social media. In the piece, Azari called for a reassessment in how candidates are chosen. Quote, "Finding an answer means thinking about the purpose of presidential nominations and about how the existing system falls short." She also adds, "It will require swimming against the tide of how we've thought about nominations for decades, as a contest between everyday voters and elites, or as a smaller version of a general election. A better primary system would empower elites to bargain and make decisions instructed by voters." End quote. Now, while she said the primary process is great at testing candidates on presidential skill sets, Azari also said that choosing among many candidates is not great, and suggested that elected delegates who represent constituents should be able to bargain without being bound to specific candidates, something she claimed would produce nominees that better reflect what voters want. Quote, "Democracy thrives on uncertainty, outcomes that are not known at the beginning of the process, but uncertainty doesn't help parties strategize for the general election. Elites try to shape the decision early on. Everyone is doing guesswork about what others want. Reforms to the process should try to make that guessing a bit more informed." End quote. She pointed to the election of President Trump as proof that nominations shouldn't be too democratic, because he lacked conventional qualifications and appreciation for democratic norms, end quote, versus previous nominees such as former President Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. Quote, "The quality of the system can't be measured solely in terms of the kinds of nominees it produces. Instead, we should think about how it reflects the preference and values of the different components of the party coalition," Azari explained. She goes on, "A better approach is to think about how voters and elites could best play their different roles to make their political parties more representative, while ultimately narrowing the nomination choice down to one person. And the best way to do that would be through preference primaries. Preference primaries could allow voters to rank their choices among candidates, as well as to register opinions about their issue priorities, like an exit poll, but more formal with all the voters. The results would be public, but not binding. A way to inform elites about voter preferences." End quote. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I like the way things are ran right now and the system we have in place. And I like what we call democracy and not elites in control of the United States government. Thank you for watching.